All right, so talk to somebody who's interested in pursuing some relationship marketing like this.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to them?
Get training. Definitely would be a big one. But I think I've talked to people that have had this idea in the past, and they said, I went out and I tried to make relationships, and I walked right in and I said, hey, I'm Bob, and I buy houses from old people moving into nursing homes. And it didn't go well. And I'm like, you think it didn't go well? I said, you said about 2 or 3 things that were offensive, and they don't even know they're doing it, Joe. You know, you and I have known each other a long time. Think about all the real estate investment meetings we've been to. In our business, what I love, right? I'm a real estate guy. We're always showing pictures of our checks, right? It's like what we do in our business. I've been networking in senior living now for almost 10 years, 9 years. I've never seen the size of someone's check yet. There is no pictures of checks, right? It's not that kind of a business. And if you come in without the help mentality, they're gonna smell it. If you come in and let them put you in the box of investor or a realtor, you're not gonna have the success that you want. And so I'm really, I really train people on how to be a solution for that person's problem and asking the right questions to unlock their brains to where they're like, well, yeah, I have that happen every day. And of course I want you to help me with that. And so once you unlock that, the water gets real warm and they're very collaborative once they trust you.
I remember I interviewed somebody on my podcast, and I wish I could remember who it was, but they said they measure success by how many hugs they get in a deal. They were investors.
Yeah.
And they didn't care about the money as much as they cared about the hugs.
I love it.
And he said every single deal that he's ever done, he always gets a hug. And that's his goal. That's his goal. And I thought, man, that is so smart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because when you have that attitude and that's your perspective and your goal to get a hug from them, you'll win every time, right?
Yeah.
You'll win every time. And if it doesn't turn into a deal, well, you're not that guy that can be accused of taking advantage of somebody in a poor situation,
Yeah.
I wish I could remember if anybody listening to this remembers that podcast. It was from at least 3, 4, 5 years ago. Let me know. I've got, I'm approaching 850 episodes, I think.
Woo! That's a big number, Joe.
Yeah. So anyway,
you want to talk about hugs for a second? I have just a quick little story about a hug guy.
Yeah.
In a little town called St. Charles near us, good little, perfect little blue collar town, right? A small little ranch. He said he does rehabs for a living. This guy who came to me with a deal, right? And he was representing his mother-in-law because the 4 daughters did not get along, is what he told me. So I'm meeting with a man whose mother-in-law's house it was. And at the end of it, I said, why am I here? You said you do rehabs for a living. He goes, Phil, if I bought this house, rehabbed it, and made a penny, I would get big bad word at every family reunion from now on out. I would get cussed out at every family reunion from now on out because I did that to grandma or did that to mom, right? And he's like, so a man that even has the skill set to do these rehabs because of the family dynamic sometimes would rather have somebody like me come in, and just because, it's one of the most trying times in somebody's life. And so we get to wear our cape, right? We didn't tell mom that she has to move into senior living. We didn't tell her it costs $8,800 a month. We're the person that unlocked the equity out of that house, and nobody wants to rehab the house. And if they do, Joe, I just don't get that lead, right? If they want to do a big rehab, I just don't get that lead. But the people that call me are like, I would like to listen.